So in today's video, I'm going to be comparing some websites from my own portfolio of websites. I've been doing SEO for probably 5 or 6 years ago now. So wanted to compare a website that's had, 120 page views per month. I suppose that it gets now, probably even less, to be honest. It's doing very bad. And a website that's had 12 million page views. So you can see from the image there, 12 million. That's probably not all of the views, but anyway, that's one of the screenshots. I don't need to screenshot 120. I think you'll probably believe me that I can get a website to 120 page views if I have one for 12.7 million page views. So let's talk a little bit about the differences between these websites and what I did. So talking about the failure, first of all, so it had 84 blog posts published, and the one that had 12 million had 1,184 blog posts published. So actually, not like most other people, that was actually my first ever website, and that's why there's so many blog posts, because I just started that website and never thought that you could even start a second website. So I just kept publishing, and I got to 1,184 blog posts currently published on the website. So, other things to know about these websites: they both have YouTube channels, and the one that failed has 55 subscribers. The other one is a YouTube channel that has 2,600 subscribers. I kind of think of this YouTube channel as a bit of a failure, to be honest, because I did put a lot of effort into it, and 2,600 subscribers is okay, I suppose. I do kind of still make money out of this, but it's not great for the effort, and the potential in that niche was massive and is massive. I suppose there are people making tons and tons of money on YouTube in this niche. The social media account, Facebook, I did put some effort in. I went live and stuff. So I think I didn't even check, but I think it had about 8,000 the last time I checked on Facebook followers. So why did the one with 120 page views fail? Well, I think I've got a typo there. I think it's because it's in a competitive niche, right? So this was in the travel niche, right? And basically, I started doing this, I think it was the summer of 2022. I was kind of bored of my other niche. I was like, oh, I might start a new website in the travel niche. And I'll show you this website in a minute, because yeah, I mean, it's a failed website, so it doesn't really matter. And yeah, I suppose it's very competitive. There's tons and tons of travel bloggers. There's like, it's a whole niche of itself, right? A sub niche of SEO, where so many people want to, create content about traveling and get free trips and stuff like that. And I suppose I was sucked in a little bit to that. I think I did get one free trip out of it, and nothing spectacular. It wasn't like everything was paid for. It was like one free tour from one of the companies. So, and yeah, I suppose I was attracted by the travel. It was also after that time that everybody was stuck at home, and yeah, I wanted to, get out and travel and get paid trips and stuff like that. It seemed brilliant, but it didn't work out. This website never took off at all. And I just searched for it there yesterday, and it's not even coming up in Google, even when you search for the brand. So Google does not like this website. And I had a little look at it and kind of see why now. I'll show you now. Let's have a look. The last point here is that I didn't do any link building at all to the website. So yeah, that's kind of part of it. But let's have a look at the website now. This is it. It's Carry On Remotely. So it was about Argentina and Buenos Aires. I was in Buenos Aires at this time. So I wrote this article, it's like 50 things to do in Buenos Aires. So I guess this would be a mistake. I would not write this article now. I kind of thought it was like, okay, well, it needs to, the website topic is about Buenos Aires, so I need, a big monster, 50 things to do in Buenos Aires. This took me months to do this article, because I literally went through 50 things. These are all the photos. We did everything, right? This is all our photos. We went to a football game. So all that eat stuff, it's kind of one of the reasons why I do not believe in eat, and nothing further from what you should be trying to do, and trying to convince an algorithm that you're a real person just is a waste of time, in my opinion. There's me in Buenos Aires, in doing the things that you would want. Google says that you want to do. This is really in-depth article. There's me eating a choripan, right? One of the iconic foods, right? So this article here took me 2 months to write, and it never got any traffic at all. So this is not the first time I've done it. So I feel like effort does not always lead to results, right? So yeah, just be careful if you find yourself writing a super long article. That's not been what has been successful for me. I've done this a few times. I spent a week in an article on this other website, actually, and that also never got traffic. So it's kind of like, if you are looking at stuff that's just like really competitive and really broad, is like, as a small website, you're just not going to rank for that. Like, I'm never going to rank for this. Like, you need, it's not even worth doing, to be honest. It's, what I don't know what is ranking in Google now, but I can probably guarantee that TripAdvisor is there, YouTube videos are there, Reddit is definitely there. So yeah, you can't beat those things. So it's pointless. There's definitely not any blogs there anyway. Not that mine ever ranked there after all this work. So probably one of my biggest mistakes and failures, which I'm trying to talk more about, because it's a lot of people, just show all the successes. And yeah, I mean, 12 million people is a lot. So let's get onto that. This is hard to talk about. But I do see there was also kind of thin content as well, and just answering questions for Google, which I did a lot with this as well. And what I mean by that is just like, can you do this? Or is this the thing? And then you just write the answers, right? And in the age of AI now, that is just becoming a worse strategy. But at the time, it was the thing to do, right? So with this one, this is kind of the key here, is like, I found a pattern, right? So what do I mean by that? Well, I guess a pattern, an SEO pattern, is basically, these things like best X for Y or something like that. So it's like, best shoes to go running, or that's a good example, right, of something that somebody is looking for, right? And that's an example of a pattern, right? And that those ones are, common ones. This one was not as common, this pattern that I found, and literally nobody in the niche was tackling these format, I suppose we call them, of a blog post. And yeah, I actually, there were thousands of them. And I started publishing, I don't even know, I started just, my job is to write three of these every day, three blog posts every day. It wasn't that long, it was maybe 600, 700 words each one, so I'd write 2,000 words a day, and that was me done, boom. But a few people started finding out about this as well. One person in particular definitely just copied me a lot, I suppose, and hired some writers. I also hired some writers. So I probably wrote about half, maybe three quarters of these myself. So it's a lot of writing. And I also was checking then the other writers' work, and publishing, and it was monetized by ads. So the more traffic, the better. So that was the way to do it. I'm not really doing websites that way anymore, because the ad monetization method is super difficult. It was kind of the ultimate passive income dream, right? It was like, people show up on your website, look at the ad, you get paid. Is like, even though I wrote it 5 years ago, I mean, I still get some money from ads, but it's not much money at all now. But that dream is over, I think, at the moment. Possibly if you do Pinterest, seems to work. If you're in the right niche. This was not a good niche for Pinterest. Well, I mean, I still do a bit of Pinterest for it, but uh, yeah, I suppose the other thing that I did, I suppose, was get involved in the niche a bit more. Met some of the other people. Not, I didn't meet them in person, but online. You know, built up a bit of a brand for myself, which obviously I didn't do in this niche. So yeah, I mean, it's a combination of things. That's the thing about blogging and SEO. There's not really like one thing that you can do. It's a lot of things, and you have to just try and do as much as you can. And now that I look back on it, it was tons and tons of work. So certainly not easy by any stretch of the imagination. It does take a lot of work, but I love it and I can't stop doing it. So if you're like me, you just like really love this whole digital marketing space and blogging, well, yeah, I think you're in the right place. I'm starting a new website as well, which I made a video about. You can watch the updates on the channel as well to see how a new website goes. It's all with AI. It's a case study for my AI SEO course that you can find in the link in the description if you're interested in my new methods. Right, this is not obviously, this was a few years ago, both of them. So this is not the way I do things anymore, because Google has changed utterly, and you need to adapt to the way that Google works now and how things are working now. And I am seeing some success with SEO, both with YouTube videos and on websites. But I suppose going back to that ads point, it's like you can't just have ads as your monetization strategy. You need to try to tell Google that you are a business, right? And that you have something for sale, right? So that is something that I'm going to be working on real businesses, building real businesses online, and using the blog and the SEO as a marketing channel. So if you're interested in that, yeah, you can find the course down below. If you're just interested in blogging, SEO, all of that marketing, and using the latest AI tools, then subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.